this stage. Harry, who are you favoring right now?
I've got to go with the man from Greece. I think Phantom Duck started today off so well against Esanov, and Esanov, you know, had his opportunities in that game, and he didn't really seem to take them. And Phantom Duck did really, really well in terms of pressuring early on, and he looks pretty tough to beat here, in my opinion, in Group C. I mean, it was Indominator who spoke to me earlier and said, I think Phantom Duck, again, in Group C is probably one of the front runners for me. I know Esanov was up there at the start of the day in the group standings, but obviously that's going to be closed down now a little bit by Phantom Duck. So it's going to be, for me, I think Phantom Duck to continue his tremendous form that we saw him in this morning and get another win here. Whether or not it'll be one win or 2 wins against this player, I'm not sure, but we'll have to see and find out.
So you're saying he's definitely gonna get points out of this one. Yeah, I gotta go with you on that, Harry, because before this tournament started, I said in Group C it's gonna be Phantom Duck who's gonna not just go on from the groups, he's gonna win Group C. Right now, Esanov is on top though. He's been making his mark on this group. Certainly, he has stamped his authority on Group C. Still, he's at 7 points, and Phantom Duck is at 6. So there's nothing in between these guys almost. And then, of course, Bolt Pluto is the one doing best right after them with 5 points. So trailing them only by a single point. So these guys all have what it takes to win this group, it seems. And this is going to be a clutch crash, it seems. Yeah. This is going to decide whether or not these guys are going to maybe put some distance in between themselves and the other, or maybe it's going to be a draw.
One of the eldest players here at the entire WESG is the Chinese man, 36. He actually qualified via the WESG partner event in China as well, so is representing his country alone in Group C. Like you said, it's getting down to the nitty-gritty stage of the competition now in the WESG. I said that completely wrong. WESG groups, as most players have started to play the majority of their games. This is where crunch time seems to happen, as like you said, you know, every result at this stage of the tournament really means the world to all of these players. So it's going to be a crunch time affair. Like you said, it's going to be very close.
Yeah. We're going to see this Arsenal squad coming out with Henrik Mkhitaryan on the left flank, Ozil in a number 10 position, then of course standard strikers. Danny Welbeck's not going to feature just yet from the start, maybe as a substitute. Aaron Ramsey and Luca Torreira on midfield, so no Guendouzi obviously, because his place in real life has yet to be transformed into numbers in PES and FIFA. And right now on the other side we've got Liverpool with a basic setup. We're not going to see Wijnaldum from the get-go, maybe as a stand-in as well. So we're going to see Fabinho and the likes of Keita in midfield. Henderson, I think I saw on there as well. And right now, Bolt Pluto. And I can see why he would be called Bolt Pluto. We could call Phantom Duck that as well. These guys have the same hairdresser, Harry.
That's rude, man. You're going to get there pretty soon.
No disrespect towards these players. They have what it takes to be the very best of the world. And I have nothing to get anywhere near them. So obviously all respect for these guys, and they are showing us some spectacle in this tournament. So I'm very glad they're here in Chongqing in China to compete at the World Esports Games. $52,500 at stake in the PES competition alone. So that is spectacular. Aaron Ramsey it is. It's on the midfield side of Arsenal. He's going to bring it into Torreira, and then we see the hand outstretched from Mesut Ozil. Of course, he wants to make the plays, he wants to make the runs, but they're going to lose the ball sloppy to Sadio Mane, who brings in Firmino, and he sees that run on the right flank of Salah. A lot of space there, but defenders in between, cutting off the supply lines. There we go. Keita, perhaps with a chance to reach him. Nope. Going to be good defending, but it's going to be a corner conceded already by the guys from Arsenal, from, of course, Bolt Pluto 496.
Yeah, Bolt Pluto, like you said, controlling Arsenal, and there's a chance early on there for the man from Greece on the other side, Phantom Duck, and some very early pressure and a storm for Bolt Pluto to weather. And at the start of the day, these guys were just 1 point apart. I'm not sure if Bolt Pluto has played since, but since the result in the first game of the day went in favor of Phantom Duck against the then group leader Esanov, you have to say Phantom Duck at this point, the player to beat here in this Group C. So very important that Bolt Pluto can get a result and remain in contention over there in China. And
Oh, definitely.
Still have a chance of getting out of Group C.
Yeah, and we can see what you're saying is right when we've already seen 2 shots on target from Phantom Duck. Here's the first shot from Bold Pluto, 496, the first real goal-bound shot. Just going wide of the target right here. Could have been a sitter. Sorry, it could have been a beautiful goal, but not enough. Well, enough speed on it, enough strength, but not enough accuracy on the shot. Should have put a swirl on it, some effect, as we say. There we go, Salah on the right flank, trying to bring in Xherdan Shaqiri, who's going to be the main man in midfield, trying to supply the good passes for the front line, trying to supply the goals as well from midfield. Maybe some shots from distance, as we've seen before, mainly with Roxa playing with Liverpool against Emily's Arsenal. The Chinese man that didn't manage to grab any points from that encounter. Are we going to see his friend Bold Pluto grab any points here? Might very well be, but he's going to have to step up his game, because right now he's up against some of the toughest opposition in this group, with Phantom Duck, the man from Greece, who I have seen playing at international tournaments. Hasn't been close to grabbing the big prizes, but he's always there, he's always qualifying, he's always doing well. And there we go. Oh, good shot from Aubameyang, I think, turning into the box. He's got his back towards the goal, but he does manage to get a good shot off. Look at that, the number 14 of Arsenal, walking away from the goal, still managing to direct the ball goal bound. It's going to be a corner once again.
Good save it was by Alisson, and we'll see the resulting corner here for Bold Pluto. But it's interesting what you say, really, about Phantom Duck on the other side. As the corner does come in, will be cleared away for now. Aaron Ramsey is on the other end of it, but this would be a great tournament to solidify yourself as a top-level player in PES. Obviously, the WESG tournament in China at the moment, so much prize money on the line, $30,000 US for first, and you think about the caliber of player that's kind of qualified for this tournament as well. You know, people have qualified through various different means, through the in-game client, through online qualifiers, as well as those 8 WESG partner events. You know, if you start to get into the later playoff rounds, or even getting into the playoffs at all, just shows that you are one of the top 8 players at this type of tournament, where so many different qualification routes are available, and with so much prize money on the line, that can really sort of raise your expectations for future PES tournaments, and maybe turn a few heads, and people start to take notice of you a little bit more. So that's what Phantom Duck, the man from Greece, is trying to do here at this international tournament. Would be a great stage to do it as well.
Most definitely, yeah, and Bold Pluto showing that there's no age limits in class when it comes to talent or class. And of course, experience plays a great factor at these tournaments as well.
Yeah, 36 years old, isn't he?
Oh yeah, so keeping a cool head. So that maybe even gives me some hope of of making a comeback. No, of course not. That's never going to happen.
Don't call it a comeback. You've been here for years.
Yeah, as a commentator. As a player, I wouldn't say that I've been up to these guys' standards. Oh, there we go. Ooh, so close to the target. Mohamed Salah misses one. You don't see that very often from this man from that position.
I was going to say, so surprised to see this go wide from Salah.
Oh, yeah.
With his favoured left, I mean, just drags it wide, doesn't he? That's unfortunate for Phantom Duck. He would have been expecting that one to be in the net.
Yeah, definitely. From a physical standpoint, it would have been easier to put it in the first corner of the goal. It goes for the long end of the target, puts it just wide. Would have been rough for the keeper to try and handle that situation.
Yeah, you just think even anywhere on target there for Mo Salah, and you're thinking that's probably a goal. So,
yeah,
unfortunate for Phantom Duck.
Definitely, yeah. He's still trying though. Xherdan Shaqiri gets thrown off the ball. Salah in pursuit of Kolasinac. He's going to bring it into Mkhitaryan. He uses Torreira to wait for his friends to form a triangle up front. There we go. Aubameyang onto Lacazette. He's going to try and whip one in for Aubameyang. Oh, good defending. Well done. That was Matip, I think, or Joe Gomez, depending on who is flanking Virgil van Dijk, who's, of course, a mainstay at the backside. Oh, that's beautiful. That's not offside. That's an onside ball into Sadio Mane. He is pushed to the outside of the field. Oh, completely undresses Koscielny there. He's going to square it. No, not going to reach the intended target, and Arsenal clears it away. Yeah,
it's a definite variance in build-up play right here, and a counter-attack just from Phantom Duck as Bold Pluto tries to do the same thing, has been snuffed out, but previous to that, Bold Pluto had some great build-up play himself and was unfortunate not to get the player through.
Oh,
but
what
look
is
at this.
that? Oh, that was pedestrian defending. What was he doing? Well, the through ball was perfect, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
Just the right timing and the run of Mane. And of course, he's never going to miss from there if the defender doesn't stop him. Should have made, of course, if he's going to challenge the player, it probably would have been a yellow card, but still.
Very happy to see a goal come in, and we always like to see early goals in games of PES. It really opens up the tie, but Phantom Duck, I mean, like you said, the defending from Bold Pluto a little bit lackluster, and Phantom Duck, the beneficiary, although he didn't look too happy in the player cam when he was able to get his goal, and wonder whether or not he might just be disappointed not to have broken the deadlock earlier, or
interesting.
Why his emotions were like that. But either way, he does lead here against Bold Pluto in the first leg.
Definitely, yeah. We've got a 1-0 scoreline in favour of Liverpool. Sadio Mane on the score sheet. Phantom Duck has got what he wants. He's always
oh my!
Oh, what is that?
Right away,
completely free at the second pole, and now Phantom Duck is looking. Now he's starting to smile.
Why is he smiling? He's conceding.
Yeah, he's smiling in disbelief, I guess. And Bold Pluto is very happy with this, staying calm. He knows there's a long way to go. Obviously, it's 1-1. We just started this game. It's starting to be a bit of a spectacle.
Just wonder whether or not Phantom Duck is actually playing as Arsenal, and whether or not we have the players at the bottom maybe switched around. Obviously, that's down to our partners over in China to make sure that is correct. But based on the reactions,
so far they've been spot on. And yesterday we also had a moment where we thought that Yosemite had the match of Ari.
Yeah, Ari versus Esanov, right?
And every time Ari scored, he buried his face in his hands, and we were thinking like, this can't be right. But in the end, it turned out that it was.
So who knows? Either way, we're all tied up, so we'll have to see and keep an eye on the player reactions. But like we said, we like to see early goals, and it opens up the entire tie. But
it was in the same group as well, by the way.
Oh well, there we go. So maybe this group is a little bit cursed, or maybe they just don't like reacting when they actually score.
They don't like scoring goals, Harry. We found the two guys in the world who don't like scoring goals.
We found them.
Yeah, so they are the opposite of Cristiano Ronaldo, I suppose.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got them.
I actually heard from Rafael van der Vaart, who used to play with Ronaldo in Real Madrid, that when Ronaldo had not scored a goal, even if Real Madrid had won, let's say 5-0, this guy was in the dressing room, he was furious, he was pissed, he was not happy at all. So, and these guys are somehow the opposite.
Exactly.
Phantom Duck and Ari.
What a great player Van der Vaart was.
Oh yeah, but he didn't have much longevity in his career. At the age of 26, 27, it was all basically over for him.
Well, I mean, you say that he had a great spell at my team, and I love the fact that as soon as he left for, was it Wolfsburg that he left for? He said, or
I think it was Hamburg.
Hamburg, that's the one. Yeah. And either way, he said it was one of the biggest mistakes of his career. But coming back to the actual PES that we have in front of us, a very close call there for Liverpool, and now a chance to counter up the other end. We assume at this point it is Phantom Duck controlling Liverpool, but we'll have to see again. It will be interesting to see the player reactions, whether or not that is the case. No way for us to know otherwise at the moment, so just to keep an eye on that.
See the update on the group standings at the end of the day. There we go, Arsenal on the ball once again. So that's Bold Pluto, 496, relinquishes possession, and then we're gonna see a break on the other end of the pitch. It's gonna be Mohamed Salah wrestling with Kolasinac, and some lackluster defending earlier on. Maybe this time it will go better for Bold Pluto. Yes, indeed it will. Good interception. Lacazette brings it into Aubameyang. Sort of run of Aaron Ramsey, I think, there in midfield. Yeah, because Torreira is still there. But it's not going to be able to reach him. And Rick Mkhitaryan right now, the Armenian on the left side of the pitch. Trying to abuse the space on that flank. But he's not going to be able to outdo Joe Gomez, who does some good defensive work there. Shaqiri into Firmino onto Mane. Robertson right now tries to reach Mane once again with the through ball, but that's not going to happen. Good defending from Arsenal right now. Now they are focused. Liverpool as well, by the way, on the other end. So at the start, you have to be impressed with these guys with their offensive moves, and not too impressed with their defensive work right now. They are starting to defend properly, but just as I say that, Mohamed Salah skips the defender, skips again with the turn. Naby Keita into play. Oh, beautiful, well done, and the header goal of Firmino. He's never going to miss that. the ultimate striker for me, Roberto Firmino. You have to be impressed with this guy because he can supply the goals, but he can also make them himself.
And we finally see a positive reaction after a Liverpool goal from Phantom Duck, a little fist bump. So we do have the right teams, we do have the right names, and
definitely.
It's good to see we don't have to keep second guessing ourselves here, Rene. And it was a tremendous, well-worked goal. We'll see in the replays in just a moment how well-worked it really was. From one side of the pitch, really back into the centre. Mo Salah pushes the entire defensive line back, and then from here it's just finding and timing the run of Firmino. And it was a well-weighted ball right on his head and lifts it into the back of the net. And that's going to be good enough for Phantom Duck to take the lead here in this game.
Definitely, yeah. I see you brought out your PES badge as well.
Yep, PES League, represent.
Man. Yeah,
as we see it on
we're seeing it on both Pluto as well. He's got the vest on.
Exactly, and I was also going to say we'll also see it around the pitch, as you can see in the banners right there. There is the PES League.
Beautiful.
Obviously, the main competitive tournament, or the official competitive tournament, I should say, of PES Esports, the PES League, going to the Season 2 regional finals, fastly approaching all the national finals now, I do believe, are finished. So we'll be back into PES League action very, very soon. But for now, this is the main focus of the players in this tournament is the WESG Grand Finals and the chance to be the first ever PES tournament champion in the WESG. It's a tremendous opportunity for these guys, and a busy, or I should say, increasingly busy tournament calendar now for these guys, as PES Esports is really starting to ramp up a little bit. This is one of the biggest tournaments available for them, with a great prize pool and also great prestige coming with it as well.
Definitely, yeah. From these players, I don't know for sure who qualified for the regionals, but I do know that Felipe Mestre managed to make it into the, obviously the South American, or the Americas qualifier, the Americas regionals. So we're going to see more action from him for sure in near times.
And then the other obvious one to state, obviously, is Eterito, the reigning world champion of the PES League, and already qualified through Season 1 back in Liverpool in December. So
for the World Finals, so he doesn't have to play any more regionals even.
So this really is his biggest tournament he has on his calendar at the moment. Over there in Group B, we'll get to Group B action a little bit later on, but he's
playing catch-up right now in Group B. That's not something we'd have suspected.
Yeah, considering coming into the tournament, we expected Eterito to really be the favourite here in the WESG, and trailing at the moment in Group B.
Oh yeah, definitely. It was Brute Vigo who managed to grab a draw and a win against the reigning world champion. So that must be quite a blow. Oh, look at that. Talking about a blow. If that would have gone in, would have been a great score for Phantom Duck. But it's going to stay at 2-1 right now in his favour still. But Bolt Pluto is seeing that go wide. 2-1. 15 minutes to go. Everything still to play for in this first leg. Bolt Pluto obviously wants to grab at least a draw and maybe go into that second leg with good figure, with good confidence. Luca Torreira onto Mkhitaryan. Lacazette, the Frenchman, not playing under a French coach anymore. Oh, well, they are, of course. Emery is a Frenchman as well. And there we go. We've got another goal for Bolt Pluto. And again, the laughing comes out on Phantom Duck. You think, like, how did I let that happen? The cross in towards Welbeck, and he pounced on it.
Yes, he did. At the front post. And I think that reaction from Phantom Duck there was maybe a little bit of frustration, really, saying, you know, I've had my chances, and then one of the few chances that Bolt Pluto as Arsenal has had up the other end, it's converted by Danny Welbeck at the front post. Another well-weighted pass. We saw it for Firmino's second for Liverpool, and this is a beautifully weighted one. Makes it so easy for the front post header, right on his head, barely has to jump at all, and then
well done.
Alisson really doesn't have a chance, and that's going to tie up this first game. Again, these guys are playing for home and away situation, so each game will count for 3 points. Obviously a point for a draw, which we are sat at the moment. But now's the time of the game where the tactics come into play. You know, what do you change if you bowl Pluto? And on the other side, Phantom Duck, do you keep things similar? Do you maybe just change out some of the attacking players? Interesting to see him actually bring on a defender, I think that is, at the right back position. Is that Lichtsteiner, maybe?
Yeah, for Bolt Pluto. And on the other side, it's going to be more offensive play.
Excuse me, yeah, for Bolt Pluto, you're right.
Yeah. But on the other side, it's going to be more offensive play for Phantom Duck, because he's bringing in Divock Origi for Sadio Mane, and he's going to push him upfield as well. going to push him up further. So Liverpool is going for the win, obviously. Phantom Duck and Bolt Pluto, I feel like he might be content with a draw here.
Yeah, or either that, or he's using his wing backs, his full backs a little bit further up the pitch and using them in an attacking sense. So to rejuvenate them and maybe give them a bit more stamina will allow his attacking prowess to continue. But doesn't look like the full backs at the moment are joining the attack for Bolt Pluto. So obviously very content in the way his team's playing and has a chance right here as well.
He's showing us exactly why he's content. Look at that. Cross coming in from Kolasinac. Oh, so close to another goal for Danny Welbeck. Jumping up once again. Again beating the defender, but this time just wide of the target. Look at that. Well played. Seeing space for the cross. It's well done by Welbeck. He came from behind the defender, still manages to get the header in. It's going to be a goal kick though. Ellison bringing it in for Liverpool, who are still going to go for the win. Let's see them try and make it. Divock Origi right now as the striker. Firmino on the left, Salah on the right. Of course, he's going to try and abuse the fresh legs and the speed of Divock Origi, the young Belgian man. Still quite a young player, I think 26, something like that, 25. There we go. Good defending from Arsenal. Corner conceded. We've got 5 minutes left to go and some injury time maybe. All right. So we're getting the word that the literal translation of these Chinese figures is silly pig.
Apparently silly pig. Man. I like Bolt Pluto.
Yeah,
we'll go with Bolt Pluto.
I think Bolt Pluto is his PlayStation account name.
Well, there we go. So we'll stick with Bolt Pluto for now.
Right on.
Adam Lallana being brought on for Phantom Duck, and I did mention earlier, not often we see him used. It's crossed into Origi! And there is a winner, potentially for Phantom Duck. I was just about to say, not often we see Lallana used, because he's not the tallest, not the strongest, but has those passing attributes, and there it is, the
look at that
potential winner for Phantom Duck. Still a little bit of time to be played, but the build-up was tremendous, and making Bolt Pluto really taste his own medicine right there with a headed goal to snatch potentially a win in this first game.
Yeah, good cross. Rises high to meet with the header. And look at that. He's just jumping up in celebration against the defender. He's so happy. And then jumping into the crowd as well. Obviously, Divock Origi, golden substitute right here. Phantom Duck had it right. Had it packed well, because shifting up his offensive line. Bringing in Firmino to the left. Pushing him up the field further from Sadio Mane's position earlier on. Lallana in the number 10 position, like you said. Not the strongest player, but still very useful.
You can see Phantom Duck here controlling Liverpool on the right-hand side of your screen. Still, I was going to say he was keeping 3 attackers forward. He's going to drop Salah back a little bit into midfield, though. But the reason he's doing that, you can see just the 2 defenders now being used for Bolt Pluto. He knows that this game is very close to ending. So with no aggregate score really to consider, now that we know that they're just playing for the 3 points in this game and then the 3 points in the next, I mean, why not go for it? It's a bold move. We'll have to see if it pays off. But the reason we're still seeing a couple of attackers stay up the pitch, and the reason we're not seeing Phantom Duck go fully defensive, is because that he can potentially counter-attack and get himself a 4th goal. So it's worth watching out for.
Yeah, definitely, and that might go a long way to improving his goal difference. Oh, that's not what you want to do as Arsenal trailing 1 goal and then just dropping it over the byline. There wasn't even pressure coming from Liverpool, so there was no need to play it so sloppy. But then again, what's done is done. Water under the bridge. There we go. Liverpool trying to get out from under the pressure from obviously Bolt Pluto. And Lallana is being released on the left flank. He's still got something in the tank. Lichtsteiner as well, of course, but it's Torreira in pursuit. And we're going to see Andrew Robertson being brought into play. Mohamed Salah on the edge of the box. He's a bit tired. He's going to bring Origi into play, but that's not going to work. Too many defenders there, but still, job well done, because time has slipped away. And we're going to hear the final whistle. Bolt Pluto not too happy with that, as you can see, obviously. Thinking about the chances he has created. But let's be honest, Phantom Duck created more chances and missed a lot of them. So in the end, he managed to clinch it anyway with a Divock Origi header. But it was a close one. Too close for comfort, I feel.
It was, yeah. And I feel like that's why we saw some of the reactions that we saw out of the man on your screen, the right-hand side now, Phantom Duck, the man from Greece. He was very disappointed when he was conceding those goals, and he knows he can play better. He knows that he can't afford to do that in the later stages and concede cheaply as he did. But he got the 3 points in that first game. That's the important thing. And although it might not have been as convincing as he might have liked, he now has the opportunity to rectify that now in the second game. And if my friend's translation of Mr. Bold Pluto's name is correct, then we have the battle of the pig versus the duck.
Oh yeah.
So we'll have to again.
We're seeing everything from the Chinese calendar coming out in the nicknames of these players. Interestingly enough, it's going to be Liverpool, Arsenal again now. I'm anxious to see whether or not it's still Phantom Duck controlling Liverpool. It seems to be, as his icon is placed on the left side of the screen under Liverpool, but let's be honest, during that last part of the match, it was switched vice versa. It wasn't right on your screen, so thank God we didn't mix it up too much.
Yeah, very true.
But right now it seems as though Phantom Duck is going to play with Liverpool once again, and Bold Pluto is going to play with Arsenal once again. So it's going to be. Is it going to be the exact same match we're going to see, or do you feel like something else might happen, or do you feel like their tactics are right now a little bit different?
Yeah, maybe you learn from that first game. I feel like the player who's going to come out on top in this second match has to be the one that's learned the most from their performance in the first. You think about Phantom Duck, maybe you play the same game and bank on converting some of the chances and the spaces that you found behind Bold Pluto's defense. Whether or not those same spaces will be available to him depends a lot on whether or not Bold Pluto himself has made any adjustments. I feel like he's going to have to play a lot better defensive against Phantom Duck, otherwise he's going to get found out here in this Group C match. And worth reminding you all as well, Phantom Duck at the moment I do believe sitting pretty at the top of Group C as well, so another 3 points after that first game. If he gets another 3, you're looking at a potential playoff contender here from Greece.
Definitely, this man was on 6 points right now. He's on 9, so obviously he's going to skip Esanov. He's going to... oh, well.
He also played Esanov in the first game of the day, so...
Yeah.
I believe he beat Esanov in at least one of those games, so we're going to be seeing a definite change in the lead of Group C.
Oh, yeah. Could very well be. Unless, of course, right now a match is going on with Esanov in it, but I don't think that's the case. Obviously 2 matches being played at a time, so we can't stream all of them, but right now Mesut Ozil for Arsenal, for once again Bold Pluto, bringing in to Aubameyang. Oh, how did he miss that?
Wow.
How did he miss that? He had all the time and space. The defenders weren't really pressuring him.
We're just backing off and backing off and expecting maybe a block to come in, and
that's weird.
If Aubameyang finds the corner there, that's an early goal conceded for Phantom Duck, and it's unfortunate, really, that we didn't see Bold Pluto convert that opportunity, because that really would have set up the entire game after losing the first one 3-2, and would have given Phantom Duck a lot to think about. Very unfortunate.
Oh, yeah. Phantom Duck, of course, having won that first match. For Bold Pluto, there's no use crying over spilled milk, but there is a use in looking at that milk bucket and see what's wrong with it. Try and fix that for that second fixture, but can he do it? We've seen some big chances here in the opening stage of the match, and most of them, gotta be honest, for Liverpool. Although, of course, that Aubameyang shot just now should have made it count.
Certainly, across the 2 games so far, Phantom Duck as Liverpool has been the more likely to score at any given moment. But so far in this second game, we're seeing much better play from Bold Pluto, but has not been rewarded with a goal yet. This was a great move, and Mkhitaryan, I think it was, actually beating Alisson to the ball, but just inches wide of the post.
Can you believe it? 2 gilt-edged chances for the man from China, for the home side, so to speak, because of course he's playing with Arsenal, and right now he's playing at Anfield, I believe, if I see those banners on the sidelines. Attack, attack, believe, fight, win. There we go, Liverpool on the ball once again in their stadium, trying, feeds it into Naby Keita, and the defender makes a mistake, so he gets on the ball, but the keeper is there to collect and to make sure it doesn't cause any more harm than needed. Yeah, it's going to stay 0-0, but Liverpool suddenly threatening.
Seen that a couple of times today, Rene, about players kind of guessing what the defender's going to do and trying to head it back to their goalkeeper. And I think it was Hassan earlier on against Stouma, who we saw try and gamble on that happening. He was rewarded with a goal, I do believe, and also Roxer, when he played against Emily in the game we saw previously on stream, also did that as well. But now a chance for Phantom Duck to get himself a goal, and you got to say it's a good save from Leno, but it would have been very harsh on Bold Pluto, considering he didn't get to convert those 2 chances previous, and still an absolute siege on his own goal. Will finally get it away for a corner, but chances at both ends. It's a miracle, really, that it's goalless so far.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Liverpool has been getting stronger after those 2 huge opportunities for Arsenal. Liverpool is now pressuring the box, pressuring the defense of Arsenal. There we go, good block from the corner, but still Liverpool is going to get a second chance with Joe Gomez feeding it into Fabinho at the middle of the park, center of the pitch. Mohamed Salah, will he take center stage once again? Not this time. Henrik Mkhitaryan right now, the playmaker on the other end of the pitch for Arsenal, feeds it into Aubameyang, receives the ball back, then tries to go for the lofted pass over the top. Not going to happen because Virgil van Dijk is there, the captain from Liverpool, of course. So tall, you can't really get it in behind him unless he makes a mistake. And he rarely does that.
Yeah, rarely does. And an absolute mountain at the back. And it's, again, another chance. Socrates, I think that was, with the header. And Alisson down smartly towards it. How is this game goalless? I mean, this is unreal. We've had 4, at least, good chances for both players to really put the ball in the back of the net, and no one has taken them.
Oh, definitely, yeah. If it's going to stay 0-0 to the end of the game, it's going to be the first stalemate tie that we've seen, because we haven't seen any 0-0 so far. We have seen goals most of the time on both ends. Sometimes there was like the 3-0 from Alamau versus Pro Fares in the first leg, but always these guys are scoring. Interesting. And I'm expecting the same in this match, especially with the amount of chances they've created. Roberto Firmino now loose. No! The defender is going to be there. Good defending. Firmino with the ball at his feet. Couldn't make enough speed on that run.
Just couldn't take it in his stride, could he? Maybe a better touch in front of himself right there, Firmino, and he's square through on goal.
Yeah, definitely. And then he's never going to miss that, right? Oh, look at that. Sadio Mane. Even faster than Firmino usually. Look at that, the speedy winger brings it in for Salah! Oh, what a shot! The PFA Player of the Year, the reigning PFA Player of the Year, I should say, because it doesn't look likely that he's going to receive that award 2 times in a row. Only a couple of guys who've received it 2 times in a row. I think Alan Shearer and Cristiano Ronaldo in the past. But it doesn't seem likely that he's going to do that, although on the digital pitch he is still very much the main man for Liverpool, and he's showing exactly why. His shot accuracy is insane. His strength as well. Look at that.
Yeah.
Let's see that goal once again.
Bold Pluto will be ruining the fact he wasn't able to convert his earlier chances, but a goal has been coming, and it comes to the man from Greece. Phantom Duck will, as he did in the first leg, take the lead here in the second game. Already has 3 points in the bag from this matchup, and Mohamed Salah with his left foot will get him a step closer towards another 3 points and potentially topping this Group C.
Yes, I'm thanking the ones he holds responsible for that goal, not himself. Certainly he always factors in the higher powers when it comes to his successes, but of course he is doing the work. And he's doing it very well. Look at that. He's going to get fed in behind the defensive line once again. He's going to try and square it for Mane. Can't get the tap in. Not going to happen just yet. 37 minutes have passed. 1-0 the score. Finally opened up by Phantom Duck. Maybe that's going to open up the game as well. There we're going to see Arsenal threatening once again. The Gunners passing it around, looking for the hole in the defense. It's simply not there. Not just yet. Because we have seen some huge opportunities.
We saw it in the first game, didn't we, where the first goal came along and it really sparked the entire game into life. That's the mission right now for Bold Pluto after conceding the goal earlier on. He wants to try and get back into it as soon as possible. Oh! Almost, but denied by the feet, I do believe, of Alisson Becker. And it's going to come back at the Liverpool defence. And luckily, Joel Matip is there, but he's getting very close. He's getting a bit closer, and still pressure right here as well.
definitely. It ignites the spark for Bold Pluto, as you said, because he's looking lively as ever. Of course, he wants to pack a goal back. He wants to at least grab a tie, but rather a win from this, because right now he knows that he's gonna give some leeway to the guys up top in this group, because he's still trailing them by only 1 point, I do believe. But right now, if Phantom Duck wins it, he's gonna bridge the gap with. Sorry, not bridge the gap. He's gonna make a gap of 7 points up here.
Certainly will extend that lead that he has in Group C. Very tight over there. We have players from all forms of different regions in this Group C. We obviously have Bold Pluto here from China, Esanov elsewhere from Uzbekistan, Mrromantiik from Morocco,
yeah,
Ari from Indonesia, as well as Phantom Duck, who we're seeing right here from Greece. So many different regions represented, not only in this group alone, but also across the WESG. We have Brazilians, Serbians, Italians.
Oh, yeah.
We have someone
Iranians
from Jordan as well. And as we're speaking, it's going to be Bold Pluto to get his equaliser.
Yep, there it is. Lacazette on the scoreboard, and it was coming. You had to feel that sooner or later that goal was going to come for Bold Pluto. He was threatening so often. He already has 4 big chances, 4 times that the goalkeeper needed to save, or that it was just at the wrong side of the post, and only barely. And this time, finally, he's going to hit the goal. That's well done.
Very well done indeed. And we, again, said about the first goal in this game would be maybe key to getting the entire game and spark it into life a little bit. That first goal came in the first half after immediately, as soon as the second half resumed.
Yeah.
It was Bold Pluto who knew what he had to do. He needed an equaliser, and that was a clinical one from Lacazette. And now, similar as we were in the first leg, it is pretty much game on right here.
Oh, definitely. And in the first leg, you had to feel for Phantom Duck not finishing his chances. You had to feel that he was definitely the stronger one of the two sides. Right now, there's nothing in between these guys, not only when it comes to scoring, but also when it comes to chances created and dominating possession, because I feel like Bold Pluto is at the very least equally strong as Phantom Duck, maybe even a bit better when it comes to actual play. Although, just as I say that, the ball over the top for Mane to latch onto. There he goes. Sells the defender a dummy, squares it. Oh, Firmino, rebound. Perhaps. Oh, Shaqiri tries to squeeze one in there. It's not going to happen.
I'm not sure it was the right play either. He had that man right there, the Egyptian, through. If only he got his head up there.
Very true.
Would have been a chance for Phantom Duck to get a more clear-cut opportunity.
Yeah, that's well done. Playing it back to Keita, looking for the space, trying to draw out some of those defenders in the box, trying to swarm the box with that shirt. It's not going to happen right now. Arsenal on the break. Oh, that's a clumsy foul. Yeah. Probably going to be a yellow card as well. Not a yellow card. All right. Distance dribble, 34 meters for Sadio Mane. Let the ball do the work. That's what my coach used to say. Well, not when you have Sadio Mane on your team.
Certainly not.
Or Mohamed Salah.
The ball is faster than the man unless you have people like Salah and Mane, like you say, in which case the man is almost definitely quicker.
Oh, yeah. Exceptional dribblers, even with the ball at their feet. Reminding me of Ian Robin outrunning Sergio Ramos with the ball at his feet at the World Cup a long time ago. Hoping to see our orange squad at a World Cup soon again, but let's focus on what's happening here. It's Arsenal once again taking over possession at the middle of the park, instantly diverting play to the right side of the pitch, to the home side of the Anfield Stadium. But there we go, Liverpool in possession once again. Phantom Duck on the ball, the man from Greece. He's playing it patiently, playing it into Salah. Can't latch onto it. It's going to be Koscielny bringing in the save. That's smart play, or is he going to lose it there? Well done. Bold Pluto on, just as I say that, he loses possession. Good defending with Kolasinac. Oh, no. Almost a critical error. Almost the goal conceded after a big mistake. Well, that's what it would have been. Arsenal still have possession, though, on the side of Liverpool's side of the pitch. There we go, looking for the options, not choosing the right one, but he's going to get another chance. Does exactly the same, and then finally loses the ball. It's Liverpool in possession once again. It's kind of shifting back and forth right now.
I was going to say, getting a little bit sloppy, aren't they?
Yeah.
In this game, and it's around the time in the game where we often see tactical and personnel substitutions as well. So we might see a pause come in very soon, maybe when the next time the ball goes out of play. But now it's going to be Bold Pluto coming forwards.
Oh yeah, and he's doing very well indeed. Henrik Mkhitaryan lays it off for Ozil. Oh, great back heel, and there's the finish. Deflection from the defender, but still, there was nothing much he could do about that. Great goal, and Alexander Lacazette has 2 for himself. He's got a nice brace. And Arsenal in front. It's Bold Pluto right now with the upper hand.
It's unfortunate. That's Bert Leno in the goal for Arsenal. Applauds it. I gotta say, Phantom Duck's going to be disappointed. You can see in the picture-in-picture, he's shaking his head. He knows if maybe a bit of a kind of deflection towards his keeper, it would have been a save. We'll see it right here as the ball is squared not once, but twice to Lacazette. And you can see it bounces off the defender there. Is that Andrew Robertson at left-back? I think it actually bounces off a little bit closer to the keeper, and maybe the keeper saves it. We'll see it right here. It bounces just towards him, but he took a step to his right, didn't he, Allison? Yeah. Took a step the wrong way and just caught wrong-footed, and that will be advantage to Bold Pluto. And Phantom Duck, the current group leader, trailing in this second game, already has 3 points out of the encounter, but
definitely,
wants more.
I do feel that the deflection still gave a chance to Allison to save it, because it was totally wrong-footed on the wrong side of the goal. If it went in the long side, there might still be the chance of hitting the post, perhaps, but I feel like it was goal-bound anyway, so would have been a goal either way. I feel for Bold Pluto. And you can't say he doesn't deserve it as well, because he's been playing magnificent in his second leg against Phantom Duck. Against the guy who was second in the group, who has skipped over Esanov with that first leg score of 3 points. 3 points in the bag. Bold Pluto might very well do the same. If he wins this one, he's going to land up on 8 points, just 1 point over Esanov, and just 1 point behind, of course, Phantom Duck at 9.
Will be
if
a definite massive result, wouldn't it? If Bold Pluto could get himself out of this one. Obviously, like you said, there would be Phantom Duck up there already on at least 9 points. He will have another 3 from winning the first game of this one, so that would put him on at least 12. I can't remember for the life of me. He definitely won one of the legs against Esanov in our first game of the day, but don't remember if he won 2. If he did win 2, that would put him up on 15 points currently with Phantom Duck, so he's already sitting pretty at the top of Group C. We'll get obviously the final standings for you from each of the groups whenever they are available to us, and our colleagues over in China do supply them to us. But for now, we obviously have this Group C matchup, and it's Bold Pluto looking to extend his advantage.
Ooh, getting close to it as well. Liverpool skips in between, good interception, vital interception as well. And then on the other end, suddenly it's Mohamed Salah bringing it in towards Divock Origi. Once again, the same sort of substitution as in the first leg, which worked out very well back then. But now it's Aubameyang on the other end of the pitch. But Virgil van Dijk so fast and so strong, he can't win that sprinting duel. Sorry, it was Lacazette, I think. And we're going to see a yellow card for Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain for Liverpool. Doesn't really matter that much with 10 minutes left to go, unless of course he scores another one within 3 minutes.
Yeah, goal needs to come soon here for Phantom Duck to get anything. If he wants to get the maximum points out of this Group C match against Bold Pluto, he needs a goal soon just to level things up, to give himself a fighting chance to get those extra points as well. But needs to be careful as well not to overextend, because that's going to leave gaps at the back for players like Welbeck right here.
I was going to say exactly the same. He's leaving it way too open. Alexander Lacazette with a chance inside of the post and out. Very, very close to deciding this tie, but still very much alive is the Liverpool squad from Phantom Duck, the man from Greece, all to fight for, and he's going for it. There he goes, Mohamed Salah, free on goal. He's going to square it for Origi. Beautifully worked. Waited for him to be in front of Origi to make sure it wasn't offside. Squares it, finishes it, and Divock Origi, the second time in a row he gets substituted on, the second time in a row he scores a potentially crucial goal. Yeah,
talk about a super sub, and it's a mistake there for Bold Pluto, which could cost him vital points here in Group C. Yeah. And it is game on now, all tied up at 2-2.
He waits until they're on one line. It was so close to being offside, but just not. Perfect timing on the pass.
Obviously, when you pass the ball backwards, it can't be offside in a game of football. And Origi and Salah will pose for the cameras, and that's a great job, honestly, there by Phantom Duck to get himself back into this game. Also worth noting, I think he's got his centre-back joining the attack. I know I saw Virgil van Dijk sprinting forward in that attack, so obviously not someone you want to see sprinting towards you if you are a defender, but
most definitely, yeah.
The goal is good enough.
Did you see Jos Sonneveld sprinting to the food that got brought in just now?
I saw it.
What do you think he's having? Peking duck? Peking duck?
I'm thinking I saw him with a wrap of some kind from a certain fast food chain.
Yeah. I think maybe it's silly pig. A wrap. Silly pig in a blanket.
Potentially.
Jos, stop eating, man. What do you think he weighs? What do you reckon this guy weighs? 500 pounds?
Yeah, something like that. 600, 500, 600. He's a big guy.
Jesus, Jos, get a hold of yourself. Find a gym sometime.
Where's he putting it? That's the question. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. That's true. Oh, look at that. We're on the way once again. 2 versus 2 to score right now. And both of these players virtually a point richer or 2 points poorer. In the case of Bold Pluto, I'd say.
But one last chance in this game, Rene. A goal would steal all of the points.
And Phantom Duck is the one going for it. Divock Origi in the box. Adam Lallana lays it off for the Egyptian king. Is he going to do the magic once again? Origi so close to getting a brace. He would have been the main man. He still is the main man because he won 2 points in the last leg. He won a point here for Liverpool.